Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about peptide bond and its formation, right? So friends, peptide bond is one of the most important things concepts in biochemistry. You need to understand this topic to understand the protein structure very well, right? So before jumping into this topic, into this concept, we first should understand what exactly a peptide bond is, right? So peptide bond is a type of chemical bond. It is a sort of chemical bond, or you can say it is a type of covalent bond, covalent amide bond, which joins two amino acids together so that many amino acids are put together to form a uh, polypeptide chain, or we can say it as protein molecule, right? So as we know that amino acids are the building blocks of protein, which are generally bound together by uh, peptide bonds. Okay, so peptide is a very important thing, and in this lecture, in this sort of video, we are going to discuss in detail uh, uh, the structure of amino acids, and how exactly amino acids are put together by peptide bond to form polypeptides. Or here we will also see how exactly will amino acids bind together by peptide bonds, their mechanisms underlying that, right? So after that, let's see mm, the structure of amino acid. This is a particular amino acid. This is general structure of amino acid. So here we have a carbon molecule in the center. It is called as alpha carbon. It is called as alpha carbon, and this is carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid group. uh, this is alpha carbon. This is carboxylic acid group. This is amine group, and this is hydrogen atom. So here we can understand that every amino acid has four parts. Okay, so one thing is, in the center there is a alpha carbon. It is attached to a carboxylic acid group, COH group, and another side it is attached to a amine group and hydrogen atom. Okay, and this is R group. This is R group means any sort of chemical group that is attached to alpha carbon is called as R group. It is variable, right? As we know, there is some 21 22 standard amino acids which take part in protein synthesis, and this R groups varies from one standard amino acid to another standard amino acids, like for example glycine. In case of glycine, the R group is hydrogen. Okay, in case of alanine, R group is methyl group, CH3 group, right? So this R group varies from one amino acid to another amino acid. It varies from, for example, in simplest amino acid like glycine, it is just a hydrogen atom. In case of alanine, it is methyl group, right? So the more complex the amino acid is, the more complex will be the side chain or R group, right? Okay. Let's talk about peptide bond, right? Here we will see the structure of peptide bond. Here we have considered a dipeptide because there are two amino acids from NH2 group to CO group. From up to uh, this is one amino acid, and this is another amino acid. So there are two amino acids. Okay, there are two amino acids put together by this red line. Okay, the bond marked in red color is called as peptide bond. This is called as peptide bond. Okay, and this peptide bond is showing partial double bond characteristic, because we have already drawn a dotted line over here to show the partial double bond characteristics of peptide bond. It gives the more strength to the peptide bond, and by convention the peptide bond is the strongest bond in biological system. And the bond length of peptide bond, the length of peptide bond is about 1.32 Armstrong. Remember that. It is very important, right? It might be you may be asked in the entrance exam or viva somewhere about this. So please remember, the bond length of peptide bond is about 1.32 Armstrong. It is shorter you can see the bond is very small, so its energy is quite higher, right? So this is a dipeptide. There are two peptides, one peptide, another peptide, or we can say one amino acid, another. There are two amino acids are put together, are joined together by a peptide bond here, marked in red color over here, and it is considered to have double bond characteristics, so that it is more stronger. It confers more strength to this to protein, right? So exactly, some question might be, might be coming into your mind, that why should this exactly peptide bond showing this type of double bond characteristic, because there, due to the phenomenon of resonance, the peptide bond shows the characteristic of double bond characteristics, right? Okay okay let's see, let's discuss in detail about the formation of peptide bond. We have already seen the structure of peptide bond, why it shows partial double bond characteristics, exactly how it holds two amino acids together to form dipeptide or all, like this. Okay, let's see exactly what exactly is the mechanism of peptide bond formation, how it is formed, and between which groups it is formed, right? So here we have tried to show the reaction resulting in formation of dipeptide, forming dipeptide formed by a peptide bond, marked in red color. This is peptide bond, right? This is peptide bond. Okay, so here we have taken two amino acids for our uh, uh, easy understanding, right? This is peptide 1, or this is the amino acid 1, and this is the amino acid 2. This is amino acid 1 and this is amino acid 2. Okay, this is amino acid 1, this is amino acid 1, and this is amino acid 2. They are put together, they are reacting together, and they are forming a dipeptide. This is a dipeptide. Okay, and these reactions also involve an elimination of a molecule of water. Here a water molecule is released, right? So in this reaction, two amino acids, two different amino acids, or two same amino acids, there is no problem. Two same or different amino acids are reacting together to form a dipeptide, which is joined together by a peptide bond in the center, and in this reaction a molecule of water is eliminated. Okay, it is the reaction, but here we will see the exact mechanism, the real concept. Here we will see the concept, how exactly this is happening, how exactly peptide bond is forming. Okay, we will see the mechanism right here. Okay, so here I will not I will not draw the complete structure of two. I will not draw the complete structure of two amino acids. Here I have already said there are two amino acid 1, amino acid 2. They are reacting together to form a peptide bond or dipeptide, eliminating a molecule of water. So here the reaction will be occurring between the COH group, the carboxylic group of one amino acid, and amine group of another amino acid. The carboxylic group of one amino acid, the amine group of another amino acid. Let's see how the reaction proceeds, right? So let's take, I am not drawing the detail about the reaction, but only the COH group of first amino acid, and the NH2 group, amine group of second amino acid. Okay, so these are the side chains or main groups which are taking part in peptide bond formation. Okay, so In another way, I can also write the amine group in another style like this. As we all know, nitrogen has valency 3, it can form 3 bonds. Okay, so here the first bond it will form with the first bond will be formed between nitrogen atom and the rest of second amino acid, and the two rest two bonds are formed between two hydrogen atoms, and here is our carboxylic acid group. Okay, so I have already told that we will see the reaction between COH group of first amino acid and NH2 group of another amino acid. We have here I have not drawn the complete structure of first amino acid which is attached to the COH group, and the second amino acid which is attached to the NH2 group, but you should relate as this COH group is a part of this COH group. This amino acid, this COH group is a part of this amino acid, and this NH2 group is a part of the second amino acid, right? So you can here you can add the rest part of the amino acid over here and over here. You can do it, there is no problem, but for my convenience I am just drawing this carboxylic acid group of first amino acid and NH2 group of second amino acid. So the reaction will occur between them, right? So they will, I have told already that they will react together to form a peptide bond. Look, so this is the peptide, this is the peptide bond, right? This is the peptide, this the bond joining carbon and nitrogen is the peptide bond. This is the peptide bond. It shows partial double bond characteristic due to some resonance effect, right? Look, this is the, this part belongs to here. Look, this one we can say this one. So this one, this one. So I have drawn only this part here. I have drawn only this part over here, and you, for your convenience you can add the rest part over here and over here. Okay, you can add the rest part over here and over. Let's suppose we are drawing the rest part over here. For your convenience I am drawing it. Okay, so C H R NS2, and here CHRCOOH. So now you should have no confusion over here. Okay, so I have drawn two amino acids joined together by peptide bond. Okay, so this is joined to first, this COH group is joined to first amino acid, and the NH2 group is joined to second amino acid. They are reacting together to form a dipeptide. This dipeptide is the same this dipeptide, so you can relate over here. If it is little bit cloudy, so you can refer to this image also, right? So here I told this COH group, the carboxylic acid group of one amino acid reacts with NH2 group of another amino acid, and at the end of the reaction we have the product is called, this is called as dipeptide, and this part the part inside the box is the resultant structure containing your peptide bond. This the bond drawn in deep blue color is the peptide bond, right? So in this reaction, in the due course of reaction, we have lost a molecule of water, we have released a molecule of water, right? From where exactly the water molecule has come from? We have at the beginning of the reaction I have already told this COH group is will be reacting with NH2 group. For my convenience, I have simplified the structure like this. As nitrogen forms 3 bonds, it forms 2 bonds to 2 hydrogen, and and the remaining chemical bond will be formed between the rest of the amino acid, rest of the second amino acid, right? So let see here. So the OH group, COH group has OH group, hydroxyl, this hydroxyl group. Hala, for your convenience I am drawing it in red color, right? For your convenience I am drawing in it red color. Okay, the OH group, this OH group will be reacting with one hydrogen. Okay, and the OH group will be eliminated along with H molecule will be eliminated, the OH. So for your convenience I am drawing the eliminating group in red color. Okay, I am circling this. So the OH group, the hydroxyl group from COH group of first amino acid along with the hydrogen atom from NH2 group of second amino acid will be eliminated together, forming a water molecule. So the eliminated water comes actually from OH group and H group, and the OH and H group will be combined together to form a water, and water molecule will be eliminated. OH group will come from COH group, carboxylic acid group from amino acid 1, and the OH and the H group will come from the NH2 group of amino acid 2, and they will be eliminated together to forming a molecule of water. So we are left with this dipeptide structure, and this and the two amino acid. This is amino acid from NH2 to CO group, this is amino acid, and from and the rest part is another amino acid, and the two amino acids are joined together by a this is a peptide bond. Okay, this is a peptide bond. The peptide bond joins two amino acids together. So we studied how exactly is the mechanism, how exactly is the process of the formation of peptide bond, right? So this is the so here we have already discussed the mechanism of peptide bond formation, and this same mechanism employed in the protein synthesis, in the synthesis of a long polypeptide chains, right? So for your convenience I have already drawn a polypeptide chain. It is actually a tetrapeptide because there are 4 peptides, 4 amino acids. You can see here, this is one amino acid, this is second amino acid, this is third amino acid, this is fourth amino acid, and they are put together. I have told already that 2 amino acids will be put together, they will be held together by a common peptide bond. So this is amino, this is amino acid, 2 amino acids are put together. This is first peptide bond, this is second peptide bond, this is third peptide bond, right? There are 3 peptide bonds. This is first peptide bond, this is second peptide bond, this is third peptide bond. 3 peptide bonds are joining 4 amino acids together. So here we have drawn a tetrapeptide. Okay, and here the tetrapeptide is showing 3 peptide bonds, right? So this is a short example. Peptides are generally made up of millions of number of amino acids together, and the number of peptide bonds present in a amino acid chain is always equal to equals to the number of amino acids but less than 1. Okay, always the number of peptide bonds present in any amino acid chain is always 1 less than the number of amino acids present in a polypeptide chain, right? And this is the whole overview actually which describes the mechanism of peptide bond formation.